Have you ever just stopped and thought about the stuff that makes up, well, pretty much everything? We're surrounded by materials that feel totally different, but what if I told you they have a secret family connection? Yep, there's a fascinating story here, and it's all happening at the molecular level.
All right, so let's start with a little riddle. Think about it. A plastic water bottle, a comfy sweater, and a heavy-duty car tire. I mean, on the surface, they have absolutely nothing in common, right? One is hard and see-through, one is soft and flexible, and the other is tough and bouncy. But they all share one fundamental secret.
And here it is, the big reveal. They are all polymers. That one word connects all of these incredibly different materials. They're all part of the same massive chemical family. Think of them as cousins, each with their own unique personality and a very specific job to do. So, what in the world is a polymer? Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a chain. You have these tiny little molecules called monomers. Those are your individual links. When you hook thousands or even millions of them together, you get this super long chain molecule. That's a polymer. It's just like making a giant necklace out of countless little beads. And that simple idea, that long chain, that's the blueprint for everything we're about to dive into.
Okay, first up, let's meet the most famous members of the family, the plastics. And we call them the shapeshifters for a really good reason. Their whole superpower is being able to be molded into, well, anything.
So, the real magic with plastics is all about how they react to heat. Picture their long polymer chains as a big bowl of cooked spaghetti. They're all tangled up and messy. When you heat them up, those chains can slide past each other, which lets you mold the material into any shape you can imagine. Then, as it cools down, the chains get stuck in place, and you've got a solid, rigid object. But that rigidity is also its weak spot. Because those chains are just tangled and not actually linked together, the material can be brittle. It's why plastic works for a phone case, but you'd never make a car tire out of it.
And, of course, you know these guys. They're everywhere. From the polyethylene in your water bottles to the PVC pipes in your house, and yes, even those awesome Lego bricks that are engineered for that perfect, satisfying click. They're all classic shape-shifting plastics. Okay, so we've seen the tangled mess of plastics. Now let's switch gears to something way more orderly. Next up are the fibers, and I like to call them the linear powerhouses. If plastics are all about being moldable, fibers are all about incredible strength in one direction.
The secret to a fiber's strength, it's all in the structure. So instead of that tangled bowl of cooked spaghetti we saw in plastics, imagine a bundle of uncooked spaghetti. The polymer chains in a fiber are all stretched out and lined up in this super orderly, parallel way. This alignment gives them insane tensile strength. They are ridiculously strong when you pull on them. That's why they're perfect for things like ropes and fabrics. They're designed to resist stretching, not to bounce back.
We see this amazing strength in things like nylon ropes and polyester clothes. And hey, it's not just man-made stuff. Cotton is a fantastic natural polymer fiber. And then you have the really high performance end of things like Kevlar, where that linear strength is so extreme it can actually stop bullets. That's the power you get when you line up all those molecular chains.
And last but not least, let's meet the bounciest members of the polymer family, the elastomers. We call them the elastic wonders, and their name really says it all. These guys are all about elasticity.
So, how do they pull it off? Well, their polymer chains are naturally all coiled up, kind of like tiny little molecular springs. But here's the secret ingredient. The chains are also connected to each other with things called crosslinks. So when you stretch an elastomer, those coils straighten out. But the crosslinks act like little anchors. They have this molecular memory that pulls the chains right back to their coiled up shape the second you let go. It's what makes them so resilient. You see this in action every single time you snap a rubber band. It's the whole reason natural rubber works for car tires that have to flex and bounce back millions of times. It's in the silicone seals in your kitchen and the neoprene in a wetsuit that has to stretch perfectly to fit you.
All right, so we've met all three main branches of the polymer family. Now it's time for the final showdown. Let's put them all side by side so we can make these differences crystal clear.
Okay, this table just lays it all out perfectly. Look at the molecular structure. It's the key to everything. Plastics have tangled chains, which makes them easy to mold into something rigid. Fibers have those parallel, ordered chains, which gives them that incredible pulling strength. And elastomers have coiled, cross-linked chains, which lets them stretch and snap right back. That one difference in how the chains are arranged dictates their entire personality. It's why a water bottle, a rope, and a rubber band can all be polymers, but do completely different jobs in our world.
So there you have it.
Plastics, fibers, and elastomers, three totally distinct materials, all born from this same simple concept, a long chain of molecules. They are, without a doubt, the fundamental building blocks of our modern world. And now that you know their secrets, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Which of these polymer personalities is going to be the most important for building our future?